So this is the United States Senate Select Committee Intelligence Authorization Act for the fiscal year. It may not be the Senate Select. Oh no, it's right there. Senate Select, I'm sorry. For 2024, which I believe will go into effect on the 1st of January 2024. We are going to jump into down here where it says other matters. This is the modification to the reporting requirements for the All Domain Anonymous Resolution Office. And that's called ARROW. So when I say ARROW, it's talking about All Domain, which is AARO, ARROW. So, and they're just going to talk about some of the switching in the names of who will be, how they're going to be reporting. But let's get to the meat of it, what I think is super important for everybody to understand. So you're going to see a lot about, they're going to cut the funding. Yes, they're saying if you have a unauthorized, no amount authorized to be appropriated or appropriated by this act or any other act should be obligated or expended directly or indirectly. A lot of this is just legal jargon, so I'm not going to go through all of it, but please feel free to read for yourself. In support of activities involving unidentified anomalous phenomenon projected under any form of special access or restricted access limitations that have not been formally, officially, explicitly, or specifically described, explained, and justified to the appropriate committees of Congress, congressional. A lot of it is saying, look, if you are getting money for an unauthorized program dealing with UAPs, UFOs, we're going to cut the money. We find out we're going to cut the money. Well, let's get to what it is. Let me kind of break it down to walk it backwards so you understand what's happening. So on the 1st of January 2024, they're saying, hey, if any person who has been involved with this and a unauthorized, unacknowledged, whatever you want to call it, any program that's been involved in UAPs or alien, we're not saying alien because it may be interdimensional or transdimensional or time, we don't know, but a non-human intelligence technology, there will be no criminal or civil actions may be or maintain any federal or state court against any person for receiving materials or information described in subsection D. We'll come back to that. That's this year. If that person complies with the notification reporting. So it's amnesty. They're saying we're giving amnesty to all companies, individuals, everybody for the past 80 years. If any of it's been going down, you're going to have amnesty for right here, 60 days. So sometime in March, you're going to have into that time to tell the director of ARROW that you are in possession of such material. Which material? Material relating to unidentified anomalous phenomenon that formally or currently is protected by any form of special access or restricted access. No later than 6 months, 180 days, about 6 months after the date of the enactment, you're going to make available to the director for assessment, analysis, and inspection of all materials or information a comprehensive list of all non-Earth origin or exotic unidentified anomalous phenomenon material. So basically, in layman's term, you got amnesty for 60 days. And, to tell us that you got this stuff and then 180 days to let us see it of all of this. And what all of this includes, it includes any recruiting, employment, training, equipment, operations of, providing security for government or contractor personnel with the primary, secondary, contingency mission of capturing, recovering, or securing unidentified anomalous phenomenon craft or pieces or components of craft, analyzing such pieces for the purposes of blah, 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 reverse engineering, operational modalities, managing, providing security, actions relating to reverse engineering, replicating, and identified based on analysis of materials or sensor or observational information associated with it, the development of propulsion technology or aerospace craft that uses propulsion technology or systems or subsystems based on systems derived from or inspired by inspection, analysis, or reverse engineering. Excuse me. of recovered unidentified anomalous phenomenon craft materials, any aerospace craft that uses propulsion technology other than chemical propellant, solar power, or electric ion thrust. Man, I'm so this is in the Senate bill, and they're basically saying, we know there's been a program going on that has been without congressional or any type of oversight, to be quite honest, besides just, we're doing our best, that we're going to bring back into the fold. And, if we know this has been getting funded through these black programs and just been, it's national security, but with all that is done, you will tell us what it is. We will decide how to proceed. So not necessarily they're going to tell us all right away. Don't get excited about that. But I'm fine with opening it up to the wider conversation of everyone in Congress being brought in the appropriate committees. You can argue back and forth for how you feel about politicians, but I'm more okay with them having a better understanding of what's going on and then deciding how to, because of course that's going to leak out to us, let's be real, then just being kept how it is secret. So we're gonna talk about amnesty, bringing people in, giving them amnesty, and then, moving forward. Now, I was talking with some of my friends, they're like, well, why would you give amnesty? And I say a couple reasons. One, let's just get past this trying to hide. Because if you're saying, hey, this is going to destroy some of these companies that are worth hundreds of billions of dollars, some people are going to be afraid. They'll just take their chances of trying to just fight it as long as they can. But, give them those safeguards. That give them a greater incentive to not, fight in that regard. Other side of the coin is, these technologies exist, as we say, we're looking here, as they talk about, then do you want to go to war with these individuals at the moment? Do you can defeat these individuals if you go to war with them, with this technology that they've been working on for decades and may have mastered? And so let's just move forward in that. And one big part of this, they mentioned up here, is that a big part of this, they believe, is that it's secondary to, I forget where it's such, that other nations are, right here. It's the sense of Congress that due to the increasing potential for technological surprise from foreign adversaries, and to ensure sufficient integration across the United States industrial base and avoid technology and security stovepipes. The federal government must expand awareness of any historical exotic technology antecedents previously provided by the federal government for research and development purposes. So if you're not quite understand what is saying, broken down to, is that years ago, the government would get these materials from these UFOs, UAPs, whatever you want to think of, not sure what they are, but as they were crashing or being knocked down by our technology in some ways we didn't quite understand at the time. That's a whole other line to go down. That instead of making it a United States government program where it could be kind of open to oversight, they decided to create a new access where it was still federally funded, but given to private contractors and under their purview to receive these materials and try to gain insight from them, and if possible, make money off of it. And so that's where a lot of the beef from, of course, I was telling one of my homeboys about money. The contractors was mad, like, how these people get no bid contracts? And so it became a money issue, like a lot of things in this world. But this is it. I mean, this should be, we should, as crazy as it is. I mean, and dude, oh my gosh, how crazy is this? But so I don't think government would be spending all this time writing this and putting all this stuff in here if it was no there, as they say. And this is bipartisan. So let's, now everybody's informed. We're going to hold them to it and make sure and see what happens. Let's go.